Hello, thanks for watching. We're going to look at some buildings in Spokane, Washington. These are some photos that I've taken just traveling around Spokane. I think Spokane is a city that's in Washington State in eastern Washington, right on a river. I think that it has a lot of mud flood candidate buildings, including this one that we're looking at right here. This one looks a little newer, but it's a church building and it has a lot of, it's half buried, as in like the first floor is partway underground. As you can see, we're looking down in here. But anyway, I'm going to look around this building and a few others, some red brick buildings that are buried. So we'll get to that. And to show you a nice birdie here, I saw this when I was taking pictures. There's that bird. So just to start off with that. So we'll just go back to here. So what I first see is we have some blocked windows, arched windows here. We have some arches in the ground. Now let me go to the next one. This is let's see. So we see I was noticing on the far left here, this looks like it might have been a taller single window, and then maybe they split it into two different floors. I'm not sure. When we have some more windows in the ground here, we can see that it's kind of sloped down towards that corner. So let's go around here. So this is a video I took, and I'm just gonna talk over. We'll go around the building. So we can see that it's set down here. You can see how far. So it's just a few feet there. And some other windows down under there. We have a closed off window. Let me back up here. That's just turning around the corner here. Something closed off, blocked off. We do have concrete around the base of this building, and I see a lot of the concrete bottoms. I'm pointing out those windows there, but that concrete edging, let me pause it. So I'm pointing there, but up in the corner we have this concrete edging, and that's often used around the bottom layer of brick to help it when it is falling apart from being at ground level. So let's see here. And up here above those windows we have these arched windows and the nice arches on the top, the golden arches. That's very cool design. Now I'm pausing. This is the second take that I've done of this video, but I have this picture, this house in the background. Let's look at this entrance down here really quick. I don't know what this was, but there's this door down here. It's a basement door. So, and it has this nice top, like a porch thing. They also have the front of the building on the right side, the street. There's the street here, so you can see the pillars. I just wanted to show that, though. That's an older house, and that looks like it's kind of buried. It's hard to tell on houses, though. They're not as clear as buildings, I think. So just showing a little more here, some more blocked windows or something, and we have this door here that was installed here. Let's go around the front. So this is the front side. There's our entrance. Nice arches. We do have our concrete stairs. We have cracks along the concrete, so that makes me think that it has settled or done something to cause those cracks. And there we look at that. Isn't that cool? And it has those arches on the top too. I like that style. But yeah, so we have this nice here, and I think that's a 12 around there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 should be. And then there's this cool brick circle. So we have a couple rings of brick, and then we have this cool design on the outer ring. Wow. And I do see a cross here. But let's just continue on. I do see some damaged brick down in the corner here. Here's another door next to the main entrance, which is a little weird. Vent down there. This concrete edging again, that's usually covering up damaged brick. Nice arches. Okay, we got enough of arches on this building. So I'm going to go around the side and we'll show you how it's a little sloped in this alleyway, and we have some more blocked windows. So, and these look like they could have gone into the ground. I mean, they go into they go to the ground level anyway. So, and we also have this concrete pad here. And so the concrete pad's usually evidence of them trying to stop water from flowing into the windows. So they just build this concrete to help to direct the water away from the building. But why would you build a building that has water that is directed into it? That doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. It doesn't seem like a good use of money to design a building that would get damaged from water. I'm looking on the concrete edging to see if we can see any bricks, which I can't tell really. And this looks like this is a cinder blocked in. Those are bigger bricks. We got an AC unit or something. Now we're going around towards the back side here. So now we're in this corner, this left corner from the start. So, and here's some more buried windows. They are on a slope. We can see the concrete here is taller than this little edge back here. So yeah, it's a slope, so the windows might be about the same size, but that means this back one is going to be buried a little more and this front one is up a little higher. And we got a dirt pad there. That's the water line. Let's see. So, I don't know about this building on the right is a little outdoor, like I keep forgetting what it's called, but just some sort of wet room sort of thing. And it looks newer, so it has these different style of concrete or something, and the brick is a little different color, although it's very similar. And the mortar looks, although it could be the light, but the mortar, there's more shadow over here. It looks like it's deeper mortar back on the left, and on the right it looks like it's filled in better, but it could just be the shadow. So let's go on, and that is the door there. And we got a bricked up wall there. I'm not sure what was going on there. Another little archway there. Isn't that cool? That tells me that this concrete was laid after this part. So, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. So that's that one. Little detail. So we're done with that building, and now across the street here, let me see if I can back up. This building right over there, that, oh, I missed it. So this building to the right, across the street, it also is a brick building. It's all painted. Here we go. It has a fancy top line. We have some design here. There's probably another one there. So probably 3 round windows. I did not do much looking around that building, but it looks like it is an older style. So, but I don't have any more info on that one. So, let's go on to the next one here. So, and I looked around at some houses, because there's this house here. and we will revisit this later, but we have arches above the windows. We have this E sort of design on the corners. You can see it better over here. And on the front here. So yeah, this seems like an older house, although the color on the brick seems newer. So there's a little close up there. And we do have that brick bump out on the front too, which is a cool design. So let's see, that's good for that. More of the, you can see more of that corner style. We will skip a little there. This is the other side of that house we were just looking at. You can, yeah, so you can see this door underneath this bump out. Oh, it's a video. So yeah, but this archway here. Yeah, why is that door there? I cannot zoom in. Sorry about that. But there we go. So, okay, so what I see here is I see a stone here, stone base. I see red brick. So then we have the tan brick over top of the red brick. So maybe that's an indication of a previous building. I also see this stub thing here, and it looks old and worn and bricks fallen. Again, looking at this archway though, I don't know what was going on here. Was that a door? Is it a window? I don't really know. I love that corner design to make those angles. Another small window over here, and it looks like the stone might have been redone, but it's hard to tell. And back in the background, we see the church we were looking at. And I come across this other church here. This one, the brick doesn't have the style, but it has some cool designs here. Yeah, look at that. Also, we do have these arched windows here on the building in the background there. And we do have some windows in the ground. I mean, it's hard to see them. I did not get any closer look on this one. So, I don't know the detail on those windows. So, now we're just looking opposite corner here. We have this red brick building. And I did not get a closer look at this one either. I just did a quick drive-by. But we have the stairs going up to the second floor. I can't tell if there was, I mean, it looks like there could have been a basement, so. And now there's some cool houses here. I don't know much about them. I think the brick structures are easier to look at. So, we will move on. Does this have anything here? No. Okay. But we end up looking at this building back in the background. That is the King building, and we will get to there in a minute. First, a pit stop at this building. So this is an apartment building. We'll come up on it. So this is a nice red brick building, and we have all these arches. We have a fancy top. The front ground floor was redone, except for this archway to head upstairs. So we have this nice tall brick archway we will get around to. So we're going through the alley. We do have brick all along the asphalt, and it's worn and weathered down at the bottom here. Remember, you do not want brick sitting at the ground level if you're designing a building, because the brick is going to wick up moisture from snow or from rain, weather, and it'll climb up through the brick through capillary action, and it'll crack your brick. And also it can wear out the mortar. So that's why either the builders of these buildings like to waste money, or not designed properly, or something else is going on. So we do have a metal hatch there. We have the big door here, and then there's this door back here we'll get to here. So nice archway, and look at this door here. I'm not sure what it was for, but look at it. I get a closer look, I think, later, but it goes down about 1.5 feet or a foot or so, and we have this door that is not accessible. So that's interesting. One more thing I see here is we do have the stone starting to peek out here and on the right side here. So that means that maybe this brick is just at the top of the stone. And there's a little in the corner, but I will get out here and take a better look. So, yeah, that's a very cool building. Older style. There's not a lot of style to it, but we'll get a closer look. So I'm noticing there's 2 different levels, so these could be original doorways, because the windows are stepped up here. Window. We have a couple small windows which are cool looking. Let's see. So I'm noticing, looking at here, hey, look at that arch, completely buried, concreted over. So that's interesting. There must have been some sort of window or something there. They use it now to get power in and out for the AC. We do have the stone appearing here. So yeah, this brick layer is immediately on top of the stone. And we can see these vertical bricks, so that's what we can look for as the first layer on top of the stone. Another look at that arch. We have the cracking there. So now I'm thinking with this, so yeah, concrete cracks and the ground settles. So, but yeah, so that means that the ground has settled around this building. So, I mean, yeah, not saying much there, but maybe dirt is more likely to compress there, or maybe I mean, the brick building is sturdier than the ground around it, obviously, but not much else there. Anyway, so we have a bricked up section. I wonder if that was a window or door. And then we have this basement door here. They must have redone something to support the top there. And I think we see another door coming up. So that is something there interesting too. I don't think that is typical. That seems added on. Here we have another something. You can see that the ground is smushed down there, so some sort of ground or earth is leaking into the building, or it was. Yeah, so there's some sort of opening under there that was not sealed properly. And there's another one. And same thing here. And this one we can see a metal support that was added in. This metal beam. So and we're peeking in just above that metal beam here. Peeking in their window. We have, and so it's an empty building in this part of it, but there's pretty tall ceilings inside. We can see the door back there. It might be, I don't know how tall the door is, 6 foot 8 or 7 feet or I don't know, whatever. So then we still have another 2 or like 3 feet, maybe 4 feet up top above the door. So yeah, tall ceilings in there. And the floor is probably also redone, indicating that it was even taller because the floor could go down further. So we're going to go do a walk around the building here. We can start to see on the side, we're in the alley going towards the front. So we can already start to see the brick is The ground is sloped. We can see more brick poking out here, and there's less poking out up here, and we'll show that as we go. Thin brick here, and it's getting sloped. And nice windows there. And here we can see the detail along the top too. And there's the slope. So, all of these buildings so far have been on Monroe Street, just north of downtown Spokane. So, my intention was getting to downtown, but I had not even made it that far. There were so many buildings on the way to downtown that I had to stop and video first. So I've not done a lot of videoing downtown yet, but anyway, I'm paused here on our next building, the King building. Another brick, nicely detailed building. But we will flip around here. And so now we're on the front. That's the door we were looking at from the inside. So again, as I said at the start of this building, the front is all redone. The main floor. I think that I noticed a slope along the main floor also, along this sidewalk. It's hard to tell in the picture. You can see that you can see there's a little slope towards the sidewalk, to slope down towards the sidewalk. But I think the whole thing is not level also. Here's that doorway. Old door. Then that tile. Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of that style of tile. That tile reminds me of Seattle, a lot of buildings in Seattle. And we're just going to go back around the side here, get a closer look. We have that vent in the ground. Better look at the ground level brick here and our metal plate. That doorway or whatever here. And then there's that vent thing, but then we're getting to the buried door here just below. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. So, I don't know, maybe a foot, but it's hard to tell, but I mean, even this looks like this might be buried. Maybe this goes down further here. So that's that building. And so, yeah, there's apartments up top and shops down below. So, now this is the backside of the King building that we just looked at. So, yeah, next building. So, starting off here, we have arches along these windows. I see this one looks like it was altered. We do have a cool top here on the back side, and then on the front sides of the building, we have an even cooler design. We will go around the front for that. And we can see the E style here again. In the white, it's easy to see, and then it is on the back corner also, just in the red brick, so it's not as easy to tell. Yeah, there, we can see that design. Sorry, that arrow. Okay. So this building has a couple buried windows, and they are very obviously buried here. We see this concrete pad here. We'll get a close-up of these ACs, and that's where the buried windows are. But look up here, all these arches. I wonder what these little doors are for. There's little doors like that on quite a few buildings. Up high, too, so. But yeah, this red brick looks kind of old. This is pretty patchy down here. And we see the archway. So, this building, This archway is completely under the ground level. You would see the ground level going across. Well, I guess it maybe peeks out a tiny bit, but the ground level is basically here. Archway is under the ground. So compared to the building we were just looking at across that street, the apartment building, that one on the back side, we saw a little more of the arches because the back was lower than the front. The front was higher. So here, though, the back is high also, so it's almost completely buried. And we do see some stone or concrete or patchwork on the side. There was brick inside there. It was bricked up. You could, yeah, there you can see the brick there. And we're looking over here. There is a second window. I think there's even a third. Nice concrete there. Hey. Yeah, so there's a second window. There's a gate back there too, so I do think there's a third. So let's go here. There's a little detail seeing the start of this. We also have this second building just added on there. There's another arch. This one's peeking out about a brick's high, or brick width's worth, sticking out. And then we have that boards there. I don't know what those are. And the doorway here, arch, tall door with the short door installed in it, and the tall window there. Here too. And this is all concrete on the ground there. Seems newer, but I don't know. Now we're going around the side here. I see some weathering pattern, that weathering right in there, which is interesting. I don't know what would cause that. Okay, so we're going around the side here. Hey, look at that. Isn't that some really cool detail? Yeah. What? Who had the money to spend on this detail when they were first building these buildings? I wish I had more history, though, on these buildings. I don't know when this building was built. I don't know when any of these buildings were built. What I do know is that Spokane, I think it was, no, Washington State was founded in the 1850s or 1860s or something. I think Seattle was 1850. I don't know when Spokane was, but it must have been around there a little earlier, maybe. So we're going around the front. There we go. The beautiful tops of those windows with the keystone style. Except these are all brick, and they're made to look like larger pieces. Isn't that cool? Also, I've seen across the top here that it's like, why would you do that? You know, that's just so much more work to do these step-out things rather than just do one solid piece. Although I guess this could be a back with like a fence over the front to give it that depth, but still seems unnecessary. And again, the whole front of this building is redone. There's a barber shop in that first building on the corner. The first section of that building on the corner, there's a barber shop, and you can see in there and you can see here too. I'm going a little fast here. The height is what I'm trying to point out here. So this again, it goes up above the top of the frame there. So that is probably like 10 feet, 11 feet, I don't know. The ground is sloped up into these buildings, indicating that I'm guessing that there was some sort of moisture issue, and and we saw in the back that there's a basement to these buildings, so, because there's those windows underneath. So again, they slope it away from the building to try to keep the moisture out from the basement. But why would they build a building that attracts moisture into the basement in the first place? I mean, there's proper ways to build basements. And these buildings clearly do not have properly built basements. So there's that other, yeah, and these are pretty big structures. Nice big brick building, and so that's 1, 2, 3 stories plus the basement that we don't see. And I'm assuming there's only one basement. I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence to show that there's 2 levels underground. There could be, but I don't know. So there's that. We will call that for today. We see here in the background, nice big structure here. That is one of the next buildings. And I think I show a peek of another building here. No, not on this one. We're going to make a pit stop at another one, but let me just show you that here. So we're back at the car. King building is behind us diagonally, and we have a brick structure back here. Brick, fancy top, and this brick shack here. So anyway, I will call it for this video. Yeah, lots more to look at in Spokane. There's a lot of buildings, a lot of brick buildings in Spokane. There's a lot of buildings that have been covered up. There's a lot in the downtown and the east downtown area that are old and have had redone fronts, lots of buried arches. Yeah, definitely. I mean, most likely mud flood, you know? Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But, yeah. Lots of evidence for buried buildings. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.